Don Juan said that his ordeal began a few weeks before he met his benefactor. He had gotten a job at a sugar mill. One day when he was moving some heavy sacks of sugar, a woman came by. She was very well dressed and seemed to be a woman of means. She looked at Don Juan and then spoke to the foreman and left. Immediately thereafter, the foreman himself took Don Juan to the house and left him there with another foreman, a huge, somber, ugly man. Don Juan knew that he had to escape immediately. He ran for the gate, but the man cut in front of him with a revolver in his hand. He put Don Juan to work, digging out 2 enormous tree stumps. He also told Don Juan that if he ever tried to escape or went to the authorities, he would shoot him dead. "You'll work here until you die." Don Juan said that the house looked like a fortress, with armed men with machetes everywhere. So he got busy working and tried not to think about his predicament. At the end of the day, the man came back and kicked him all the way to the kitchen because he didn't like the defiant look in Don Juan's eyes. An old woman brought food, but Don Juan was so upset and afraid that he couldn't eat. The old woman advised him to eat as much as he could. He had to be strong, she said, because his work would never end. She warned him that the man who had held his job had died just a day earlier. He was too weak to work and had fallen from a second-story window. Don Juan said that he worked at the boss's place for 3 weeks and that the man bullied him every moment of every day. He made him work under the most dangerous conditions, doing the heaviest work imaginable under the constant threat of his knife, gun, or billy club. He sent him daily to the stables to clean the stalls while the nervous stallions were in them. At the beginning of every day, Don Juan thought it would be his last one on earth, and surviving meant only that he had to go through the same hell the next day. What precipitated the end was Don Juan's request to have some time off. The pretext was that he needed to go to town to pay the foreman of the sugar mill the money that he owed him. The other foreman retorted that Don Juan could not stop working, not even for a minute, because he was in debt up to his ears just for the privilege of working there. Don Juan knew that he was done for. He understood the man's maneuvers. Both he and the other foreman were in cahoots to get lowly Indians from the mill, work them to death, and divide their salaries. That realization angered him so intensely, he ran out the front door and almost got away, but the foreman caught up with him on the road and shot him in the chest. He left him for dead. Don Juan said his benefactor found him there and tended him until he got well. When I told my benefactor the whole story, he could hardly contain his excitement. "That foreman is really a prize. He is too good to be wasted. Someday, you must go back to that house."